Alright, this is a third take of I've tried twice now. First time I had the wheel ratio set to 450 instead of 900 because I was trying a rally stage earlier, and the second time I messed up something else. I swear I haven't been editing out on purpose any of the crashes because that will be just really a cheap thing to do. But yeah, this is the M350 and it's an interesting little car. It has the wheelbase of a Beetle. It has 400, well over 400 horsepower. I think 423 from the twin turbocharged 3.5 liter V6. And it's got surprisingly skinny tires considering it has over 400 horsepower. Let's see what's what. We try to just, you know, get this thing around the track, see what's what. ESC turned off and all that jazz. ESC turned off because I don't want the electronics to make me think that the car is different than it actually is. Now what I learned from my earlier testing about this car is that it's perhaps the most unpredictable car I've ever driven under acceleration. It's like, yeah, you're fine, you're fine, oh, you're fine, oh, you're dead. Just like that. The power comes on very quickly, and I do like that feature. I mean, when you accelerate out of the corner, just this. Like, you press the throttle and there's just power and power and power. Like, the last thing I'm thinking right now is that I wish I had more power. Because that's what you usually end up thinking with the track day cars. You wish that, oh, I wish I had a little more power, you know, to really feel the oomph. Instead of just ending up like bit cold, maybe. Getting this lukewarm at most feeling about the car. But this thing has enough power. I'll give it that. It has enough power. The problem right now that it has is that it's got too much power. That's what I'm thinking. Now, is such a thing even possible? Too much power? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because that's something that will happen very quickly, and it's not a drift as much as it is just the car ending up facing a wall. It's very unpredictable as to where it will go, and so very sudden that there is very little a driver can do about it beyond braking. You can't just, you know, save it typically. But that's a feature really of a car with a lot of downforce, it's very, very, very sudden in its move. Let's see a lap time as I come across the line and go for the actual flying lap. Under braking, it's wonderful. Like, you can just brake as late as you want really and it'll stop. The brake balance is spot on with this car. That's one of the things it has done very, very, very well. Looked good from the graph, and it is very good. And you definitely want to take even this corner with third gear instead of second. Because there is enough power to take it with a third gear. This one with second gear though, because it's such a narrow and tight chicane. Short shift into fourth here. Changing gears a little bit earlier than I would want to normally. Or for optimal power. Because you want to kind of keep it contained. Fifth brake maybe here. Keep it in third this time. At the apex a little. Missing it a little bit. That was a bit messy. That's what I was talking about. Like, you get on the throttle and it just kills you. Even going over humps, it just kills you. Have to be very, very, very precise and quick with it's. I'm going over a hump and it does that. Yeah. Now, confession time. That was my third attempt. As I said, first time I had too little wheel ratio, second time I had other problems. But that was my third attempt trying to take this car around the track and it didn't work. And now, summa summarum, I think I should just plop the restart button, shame button, and demonstrate exactly the problem with it's this phase. When you accelerate, you don't feel wheel spin there. Change gears, no wheel spin. And then even when you put the tiniest amount of steering input, like exiting this corner, it just does that. It spins. It doesn't even drift, it spins. Then it'll go straight alright, but it'll spin very quickly. So I'm thinking maybe wider rear tires. Yes, it will complain about it, but I mean that's the only way to fix such a drastic difference. The amount of grip needed and the amount of grip that you actually have in here right now. Another thing, maybe softening up the rear anti-roll bars will do the trick, because as I said, it's very sudden right now. It's very reactive. It's fine if you drive it in 50% throttle all the time. It's perfectly fine. So if you want to fix this car, there are three things you can, well, two main things and one minor thing you should. One, less power. It's got too much power right now. It just has. For this wheelbase, for rear wheel drive, it's just no longer fun. Second thing, wider tires. And the minor thing, soften up the anti-roll bars. That would help get rid of some of the undesired characteristics that we right now have. Undesired characteristics as in, I don't know, this. It's actually quite funny. I can do that, you know, just take this thing around by giving it a little bit more throttle and it just spins around. Normally what we do is it maybe starts going a little bit sideways, but it's handleable, but right now it just spins. And it's not an aerodynamic problem. In high speed corners, I find this thing actually being quite fine. The rear wheel ran out of traction, but otherwise it's a mighty fine thing. High speed corner. It turns, and that's something not all of these cars do very well. Okay, less talking. Being very safe here. Okay, forget about the less talking bit. Because I need to explain I'm being very safe here right now. Trying to see the kind of lap that a normal average consumer would do in a car. Easing the throttle gently there, under braking, very nice. At the apex there. Get to the exit. Keep it in third gear, even through here. Wait for the turbo to kick in. Short shift to fourth. And here maybe get the half a second. Fifth. And here's where you start to get the horns. But then you need to brake. And what I mean by the horns is that you kinda start to get overconfident when it feels that good when you smash the throttle. That's what this does very well. I'm braking in here. In third gear. Little bit of counter steering. Don't die here, good. Going over the hump, don't die here either. Going over this hump. It's seldom that I find myself actually dreading small humps and crests in a tarmac course. As towards the line and... Oof. 203, well. See, that could have been under a 2-minute lap. Maybe. But then it would need a lot of practice and a lot of fine tuning. Let's see how it comes. Okay, it will not crack the top 50. Yeah. That's about it. That was a quick video. Just over 10 minutes of recording actually. Of the car, I think I got most of my main points through by the medium of demonstration instead of having to actually write it all down. I hope you understood some of the things that I was talking about. So to repeat myself once more, main points: more rear traction, wider tires. That is maybe less power and softer rear sway bars.